It's a terrible football show, all right?
I want whatever you guys are smoking right now.
Come on, Shane. OH. OH.
Oh, baby, yeah! Shane, I swear to God.
Welcome to a terrible football show.
That's my quarterback and my teammate, man.
Ruins my fucking holiday every damn year.
Alex,
What up?
you could thoroughly kiss my ass.
Why not let us decide the top four?
Yeah, let a terrible football show
Let a terrible
decide the top four.
Fuck you, Shane.
Roll Tide. Have a good one, guys.
Oh,
Have a good one.
yeah, you gotta go. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
I like that Baker Mayfield and myself, man. He was baking up there in the Browns, and it just turned into a big old shit pile. So
Get that right. I will fly you out and take you to a game in Dallas of your fucking choice.
Oh, shit. Yeah, he's successful at just giving his terrible opinions, so why can't I? It's a terrible football show after all. Welcome to Terrible Football Show episode. Chad Johnson, one of the greatest route runners in the history of this league. Hopefully you're having a phenomenal day today, whether if you're watching it live alongside of us, watching after the fact, or listening to this after the fact. It's a great day. It's rivalry weekend for college football, which means Jacob has a very stressful weekend coming up with Ohio State and Michigan. And not only that, we just have a lot to talk about today, okay? All across the board. Of course, the title that I threw on today is we're going to be talking about the PAC 2, because Washington State and Oregon State have gained full control over the PAC, and there's kind of like a layout of what's going to probably happen with the Mountain West and what could potentially happen from there, and it's a lot to talk about. Injury stuff, Joe Burrow, Bengals maybe hiding an injury. There's all sorts of shit, man. We're going to dive into it. I got the boys here with me. I got Jacob and Ricky. Jacob, how you doing? How you feeling?
Like, you hit it. I'm so nervous.
Yep.
It's the game. It is the most important game when it comes to college football, and it is the best rivalry in all of college football. I'm nervous, but I think we're going to do great.
I think it's going to be a damn good game. I'm looking forward to it. But, hey, I'm going to go just yes or no. Let me hit you with this now. We can dive into it later. If Ohio State loses again, is Ryan Day on the hot seat? Yes or no? We'll talk.
Oh, yeah. Firm,
okay. All right.
Firm hot seat.
All right, bet. Ricky, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm doing very well. I'll tell you a little story real quick to make you guys laugh, so that way we can get going. I know that Jacob is very stressful and ready to get to Michigan, Ohio State this weekend, but I took my daughter to an Arkansas State Lady Red Wolves basketball game.
Shout out.
This past Friday. They hosted the Razorbacks, the Lady Razorbacks, which was very, very cool in my opinion. Had good seats, sat next to this nice couple. While we were there, we were put on the Jumbotron. Now, thank you, gentlemen,
Nice.
that I had not changed out of my uniform. I was still in my Pepsi uniform. And let's just say Arkansas State does not carry Pepsi, they carry Coke. So on the Jumbotron, you see me in this big 24-ounce cup that says Coca-Cola on it. And I swear I didn't have Coca-Cola in it, but yeah, I could be getting fired.
Oh, I could be getting fired, he says. Oh, that's funny. Was it a good game?
Arkansas State is. It would have. Arkansas State played horrible in the second and third quarter, but they did make it a ball game in the fourth. But yeah, Arkansas just took way too much shooting, and yeah, like I said, though, they have a girl there. Her name is Izzy Higginbotham. She is from Batesville. That girl is about 5'6", 5'7", and she can ball, y'all. She is very, very good. But yeah, they've got a good program there. I think they're good to hit. They're good heads. The head coach is actually from Strong, which is south of where I live, about an hour 15, hour 20 from where I live. Strong is close to the border. It's right in between El Dorado and Crossett along the highway there. So I think she's going to do wonders there.
All right, that's what's up. I'm glad you got put on the Jumbotron and your job potentially in jeopardy. Shout out to that. Woohoo! Ricky, hey, this is your chance to jump to Coke, my guy. Here you go.
No.
No, he says. No, he says. Okay. All right, so boys, we're going to do something a little bit different here today to kick things off. But before we do that to kick things off, I have to stress to everyone listening to this in any shape or form, you need to go check out some Rogue Energy with the referral link down below. Promo code Sparky3 to get 10% off your order. We would really appreciate extra support, just like we appreciate the extra support if you go over to Agent Inc. with the link down below and pick up a jersey, because we have really cool jerseys and you need to buy one. And join the Discord because you can come chat with us. All that's linked down below. But anyway, so yes, we're going to do something a little bit different today, because I sent this to Jacob earlier this, like last week or whatever, just because like how hilarious it was. Okay. Yeah. Steve asked. Yeah, Steve already asked in chat. Where's the dicks of the week? Yeah. There you go. That's what. Okay. We're leading the show off with the dicks of the week. Okay. Because here's the worst part about last week and us not doing it. I sent Jacob my little note thing that I had for myself. It was on there. Like I had my 5 on there and I still forgot it last week. So Jacob pitched that we should lead the show off with it, and maybe it can lead to some conversations in the show. So we're going to do Dicks of the Week. We're going to hit the title topic, and then we can kind of follow up with from there because we do have a lot to talk about. So with that said, we're going to hit our Dicks of the Week right out of the gate. And it, like I said, it could lead to a lot of interesting conversations. And if you're new here, our Dicks of the Week is our most disappointing thing of the week, our most infuriating, our most confusing, our most hype, and our most shocking. So boys, it's time to grip it and rip it. All right, so my most disappointing thing of the week, and I messaged Jacob about this, I think it was Saturday. No major upsets this past weekend in college because we were teased with it all day long. I was really hoping to get something that was going to bust up some college football playoff rankings, you know, because it was we got teases all day long, man. You know, Oregon State, Washington, Michigan and Maryland, Oklahoma, BYU. There was stuff all over that. Oh, no. I mean, man, no upsets. Big disappointment. I mean, technically there was one, but who gives a fuck about Clemson and North Carolina at this point? They're so far out of this damn thing. The most infuriating, and I'm going to talk about this here in a little bit, but I'm going to make it brief, is, of course, my Chicago Bears, because, dear Lord, if that was not a Bears game this weekend, boys, Jesus Christ. The most confusing thing is the Broncos right now on a 4-game, 5-game winning streak, whatever it is. Like, what the hell is this team out of nowhere? And this is going to sound kind of strange, all right, because I am a Bears fan. I got a lot of Bears stuff behind me, all right? But my most hype moment of the week was the Detroit Lions beating the Chicago Bears in the fashion they did. And the reason why is because, like, I don't hate the Lions. Sure, they're in my division, but how can you hate the Detroit Lions, no matter what team you are, okay? I'm happy to see this team get success. I hope the Bears can get that success one day. And the reason why it was hype, not only does it help the Bears out for our draft pick, that's kind of important. Let's be real here. We got to think long game here. But also, let's be real. That was a game that the Lions would have lost 10 times out of 10 in the position that it was. Let's be real. So shout out to the Lions for being the brand new Lions and actually getting a comeback win. To me, proves their legitimacy as a team, which I'm looking forward to seeing in playoff time. And my most shocking moment of the week, what the hell happened with James Madison? Oh boy. You get college game day into town, and here comes the buster that is Appalachian State, always ruining people's days. They do it every damn time. So those are my dicks of the week. All right, boys, it's your turn. Let's grip it and rip it. What do we got on the docket today?
All right. So for my disappointing, oh man, DTR for the Cleveland Browns. He looked so good in preseason, and every chance he's gotten to start since then, has pretty much just shit a brick. The Browns only won based off their defense this week against the Steelers. Their defense is elite. Infuriating. The injury to Joe Burrow. And whatever comes of this, I swear to God, if they put him out there knowing that he had an injury, and it got even worse, and I'm pretty sure it's probably nerve damage.
Fire the coaches.
What?
Fire the coaches.
Yeah.
Get them gone.
Well, Zach Taylor's already on the hot seat as it is.
True.
And I think this will hopefully warm that seat up to the point of boiling. Hopefully.
Look, Zach Taylor was a coach who was on the hot seat, had one magical season, and now he's back on where he belongs, the hot seat.
I agree. Confusing is the Rutgers team. How do they play so well for so long and just their offense is gone now, and it has been gone for the last few weeks. They just haven't been able to put up numbers at all against let's see, they only put up 6 points against Penn State, and they didn't score at all against Iowa. They gave Ohio State a pretty good game in the first half, but they've just been non-existent. I'm most hyped of the week. My boy, Tommy DeVito, was balling out with the New York Giants.
Dude, he was.
Now, I understand Washington's defense isn't the same Washington's defense because they let, obviously, Montez Sweat and Chase Young go. But, man, that man looked like an NFL caliber quarterback, and he's going to go home and have dinner with his parents. Did you see that meme?
I did.
Yeah, that was funny. Shocking, however, is the Bills. They looked good, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Against a great Jets defense. And Josh Allen only threw one interception.
Shout out to that.
Progress, I guess.
Yeah. Ricky. Progress, I guess. All right, Ricky, what about you? What's your dicks of the week, my friend?
So disappointing, and I know this is going to kind of sound shocking to you guys, but I'm actually disappointed that Deshaun Watson's out for the rest of the season, just based off of what Jacob said earlier about the Cleveland Browns defense. Because I've been shouting out the Cleveland Browns defense for at least the last 2 or 3 weeks. That is one heck of a defense. You cannot say that they are not. And I can read the stats for you if I have to, because I believe the last I checked, they led the league in defensive yards, and that was 3 weeks ago. The last time I checked, and I'm pretty sure they still lead it right now. Defensive scoring, things like that. I mean, that is one heck of an elite defense. Infuriating. I've said it before. I'm gonna say it again. Got to get rid of Staley in L.A. They've got to get a new coach down there.
Done.
You cannot go. I mean, they have so much talent,
dude.
It's unreal.
And it finally bled to Justin, who's a very calm dude. Really, he is. But you could see how pissed he was this past Sunday. I mean, it's looking bad in LA.
Yeah, it definitely is. Let's see here. And then there is confusing. We've hyped up Kansas City a little bit, but they're actually slipping a little bit offensively. And so I don't know. I don't know where they're at this point because one thing I did not know until last night, whenever I was watching the game, they're the worst team in the NFL right now in second half scoring.
Yep. Wild,
and so
right?
that's just a shock to me because I mean you would think, once again, even they proved they could win without Tyreek Hill, but now it's like it's catching up to them basically if you want to put it that way. Hyped up, of course. I could say the Detroit Lions because like I said, I called that last year. I said they were going to win, but I'm also going to shout out something, and I know this may sound confusing because even though I disagree with the decision to keep Sam Pittman, I'm okay with it for the simple fact is I love Hunter Yurachek, and I love how Hunter Yurachek is just stuck by his gun. He hasn't just pulled the trigger. He's not one of those trigger happy people. He's going to give him a little bit more time. And with college football, the way that it is, the way the conference is gonna be set out for next year, I really believe that is even though I disagree with it, I believe it is definitely something to be hyped up about. Just for the fact is that we do have a very good AD in Hunter Yurachek, and you can look at sports across Arkansas in general. We've had several sports since he's been here, several sports that have never had rankings before, that have been in the rankings. And we don't have time to go over those sports. So, but anyway, I just want to just give a shout out to that. And then what was the last one that I probably
Shocking.
missed?
Shocking, the last
Uh,
one.
The most shocking was how well the Seahawks played in the first half, and they couldn't catch a break in the second half. I'll give that out. They owned the Rams in the first half, and then the second half, they didn't show up at all in the second half. I think they only scored 3 points in the second half.
Okay, all right. And let me catch up with a lot of different ones here in chat too. Let's see what we got going on. So let's see here. Steve agrees with me on the no upsets for disappointing. Steve also throws out infuriating for the Chargers, confusing. Jets sticking with Zach Wilson. No, that one they actually benched him. Steve, he is benched for this Friday's game.
Third string. He got regulated to third string.
Yeah, so they are not sticking to those guns. Hype moment.
They got to see what else they have, though.
They do.
That's just a thing.
Hype moment, which this one is fair because I do definitely agree. Is his hype moment of the week was Pat McAfee going after the NCAA, and I can agree to that, man. Pat put NCAA on blast with how shit went down with James Madison. And then shocking for him was of course Joe Burrow, and then our good buddy over here, Kirito MVP 11. He is the most disappointing for the week is Ty Simpson. Let's go the football before reaching the goal line. Yeah. Infuriating. Some of the Bears fans blaming Justin Fields for everything. Those Bear fans, they share a brain cell. I'm going to be
like 90% of the Bears fans. Yeah, it's not some, it's most.
Yeah, they share a single brain cell. So that's I saw you when you, as soon as you put that in the comment, I'm just like, well, yeah. I feel you. That is quite infuriating as a Bears fan myself because I don't share a brain cell with the rest of them. So that's why I have the understanding it's not all his fault and it's an organizational problem. But a lot of Bears fans all share a brain cell. That's just the unfortunate thing of being a Bears fan. Confusing. How did Auburn lose to New Mexico State? That one I have an easy answer to. It's Hugh Freeze because New Mexico State also beat the shit out of his Liberty team last year. They're just his kryptonite for some reason. That's all I can tell you. Hype, Jalen Hurts beats Patrick Mahomes. That was a damn good game last night. MVS, but that brutal drop. Oh, Lord. And shocking, Jacksonville State going to a bowl game. That is shocking, but I will say, and I've been ringing this since predictions, Jacksonville State was going to do something. I didn't know they would make it to a bowl game, but they were going to be competitive. All right, they were. I've been ringing that since prediction time.
There was one thing I forgot to put on hype. Arkansas State University, their football team beat the shit out of Texas State.
God, I know.
On Saturday. So scored over 70
Dude, I saw that score. I'm like, what?
60 points in 3 quarters. I'm like, what? Where's this coming from?
What happened?
To a ball game.
Jesus. Like, yeah, at least one Arkansas team can go to a postseason thing.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right.
Hey, another thing for hype, though. Oh, go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
I was going to say that's not only a jab at Arkansas, that's also an unfortunate jab at UCA because they lost to Austin Peay this weekend, which ultimately gets Austin Peay into the FCS playoffs, and UCA got kicked out. So very unfortunate that one, but at least we got the Red Wolves going to do something in postseason play.
Another hype thing is Aaron Rodgers is jogging already, and he's eyeing practice in 2 weeks.
Dude.
I'm telling you, he faked his injury.
Yeah, no, I am all for that theory now.
Okay, come on. We saw the pop.
He faked his injury to gain hype.
No, we saw the pop. Come on. Can't fake that.
I think he may have faked the severity of it.
Look. I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan. I respect him. But as someone who has completely torn his Achilles tendon, that was an Achilles pop right there.
Hey, I've torn my Achilles too, but man, I don't know. This man is superhuman.
There's
just something going on.
That's just all it is, man. He's a superhuman. You know, it's the darkness retreat, all the ayahuasca that he does. You know, he's superhuman. It's that simple. All right, that's simple. But you know what else is not simple though? What's going to happen with the PAC? Because that's not very simple. That's actually very complicated because who knows what the future is. So this past week, there was a judge ruling that Oregon State and Washington State very deservingly has been granted full control of the PAC, which makes sense. Everyone else is leaving. They should have no say in anything with the PAC right now when they're all leaving next year. So here's what's going down. To my understanding, none besides the Oregon State, Washington State being in control thing. That's the only thing that's like, boom, that one's in stone. Everything else is a we'll see. And we'll wait for official confirmation, but like this is just the initial like, okay, here's what's probably going to happen. All right. So basically what I'm understanding, okay, is Mountain West, PAC are going to do a schedule alignment for at least 2 years, similar to what Notre Dame did with the ACC in 2020, okay? And this is going to then further kind of lead to the potential of the PAC expanding, where, to my understanding, just like the best performing teams of the Mountain West can essentially get an invite up to the PAC, which can then leave the shittier Mountain West teams to just be left out to dry and the Mountain West go under. Who knows? We'll see. So I think it's a very interesting approach, but I also want to throw something else out here, all right? Because PAC is in do or die mode, right? Up front. We all know that. And we can look around the room. We see you ACC with Cal and Stanford. We see you Big Ten with Oregon, Washington, USC, UCLA. We see how fucking stupid this is, and geographical shit does not matter anymore. I personally don't think it's going to stay at the Mountain West. I'm going to be real with you boys. I think we're going to start with this Mountain West conference, this scheduling agreement for a couple years, maybe take some Mountain West teams up. But I'm not going to be surprised if the SEC, or not the SEC, someone put SEC in the comments and distracted me. If the PAC calls up other group of 5 conferences that maybe want to have some other teams that maybe want to try to go Power 5. You know what I mean? Whether if it's the American or Conference USA or the Sun Belt. I understand it's a different parts of the country for those conferences, but clearly that shit does not matter. Let's look around the room, boys. I mean, at least with the Big Ten, at least the name of the conference is like, well, number one, it's wrong based on number, but at least it's not pointing to an area of the country. Meanwhile, we have the Atlantic Coast Conference taking 2 California teams. At this point, who gives a shit? So that's my mindset is we're going to do this Mountain West thing. We're going to take the best of the Mountain West into the PAC, and then they're going to try to pick from some of these other good teams and other conferences that have played really well and have proven themselves, maybe even a James Madison. As dumb as fuck as that's going to be because of how far away they are. But who knows? I was curious you guys' thoughts. How do you think the future of the PAC's going to go? Obviously, we have at least probably 2 years from the looks of it, of the name PAC still being relevant in some capacity until something kind of happens. What do you think could happen? And who are some teams that you think could end up being PAC teams?
I think you hit it right on the head. I think the PAC is testing out the waters with the Mountain West teams right now. There's a lot of Mountain West teams for quite some time that have been wanting to jump up to Power 5, but there's a lot of money to be made when you're at the top of a conference. I'm talking Boise State, San Diego State, Fresno State. Now UNLV and Air Force are starting to play very good too. I think they might do what you said and take the best of the best from the Mountain West and leave the other teams pretty much out to dry. But you have other teams from like the American, like Tulane, SMU, UTSA, the Conference USA. Liberty's doing very good. You could make a case for maybe a team like Army, but they might stay independent. The MAC is going to stay the same no matter what. The MAC is the best conference in college football.
They exist in their own little bubble.
Well, and you also have teams from the Sun Belt like James Madison, Coastal Carolina, Troy, South Alabama. All these teams are doing so well right now. I could very well see wanting to jump into a Power 5 conference. And right now with the situation with the PAC, it's as easy as it could be.
I'm going to 100% agree to disagree. That makes any sense
Okay.
whatsoever.
Damn, what a swerve.
So let me get this. So why in the world? Answer this before I give my opinion. What leverage would joining a conference with 2 teams that obviously nobody wants at this point, a conference that's completely died out basically, Why would you want to do that? It's not going to be a Power 5 conference. I don't give a damn which teams you put in there. You could put North Dakota State and South Dakota State in that conference, and it's not going to be considered a Power 5 conference. You don't have a Power 5 anymore. You basically have a Power 4. And the Big Ten should just rename themselves to BAC, B-A-C, Big Ass Conference, because that's basically what they are now. They're just one big ass conference. And so, but I mean, yeah, just tell me, to me, it does not make sense why someone in a group of 5 would all of a sudden think, oh, we can go join this whole other conference and become a Power 5 conference. That's not how that works, guys. Because if that were the case, the Big Ten would have invited teams like you said, Jacob. They would have invited teams like Coastal Carolina or a Tulane or an SMU or someone like that that's been doing well, but they didn't do that. They got big schools. They got these big names. Your best bet with this entire thing is to merge with the Mountain West Conference. And I don't care how you do it, but that is your best bet, is to merge with the Mountain West Conference. That, or you could go out, you could go get teams like Montana, who's in the FCS, who I think would be a competitor in the FBS. Idaho could move back up to the FBS in this case if you want to. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm just
Nah,
saying
they're way
in
too
this
dominant
case.
FBS right now. They ain't moving back up. They like
But that's
winning.
but my whole entire thing is, though, I don't care which way you put it. There's no more Power 5. There's just going to be another group conference. You got a Power 4, and basically, if they do keep up with they do end up creating another conference, it's just going to be a group of 6 instead of a group of 5.
Here's
So-
the thing, and I want you, both of your guys' definition here. What do you define as a Power 5 conference? Is it money? Is it success? What is it?
For
mean,
me, both. But if I had to put them two, I would say probably money is number one.
Okay. Ricky?
Yeah, you definitely agree. Money and success have everything to do with it. I mean, at the same time, but it's like I said before. They have no leverage whatsoever. Yeah, you could say you give them all the power they want to in the Pac-12 conference. They have zero leverage. It's not going to be a Power 5. It will not be a Power 5 conference unless you get some teams out of maybe if you get some teams out of the Big 12, maybe if you get some of the teams out of the SEC who don't want to be a part of that big merger, maybe even some of these lower teams out of the Big 10. But other than that, there's no more Power 5. It's not. There's no leverage they have here.
So
See, here's the thing, what I'm saying, the definition wise, because if you take just specifically success, there are plenty. There is a plethora of Power 5 teams right now that haven't seen success in years, but
Right.
they're still considered Power 5 because they're in a conference with other successful teams.
Mhm.
So wouldn't that be a similar case with teams joining the PAC when they are joining a conference that have at least 2 successful teams, if not more, to be added?
No.
So
So with like the ACC, for instance, you have Virginia and Virginia Tech haven't seen success in a very, 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 very long time. The Big Ten, you have pretty much the entirety of the Big Ten West.
yeah.
You just have a bunch of teams that are still in Power 5 conferences that just have not had success whatsoever, and their stake to claim the Power 5 name is kind of empty. So why can't it be the same with the PAC?
Because they have no leverage.
So
There's zero leverage.
here's my stance on the leverage thing. Okay. So Ricky, your whole stance, I think the way you put it is totally accurate, and let's agree to disagree. Because like it's agree to disagree for now, and we'll see how it plays out, kind of agree or disagree. Because here's the thing. With the whole Power 5 thing, I in terms of like its notoriety, I agree with you. It's dead. We're not fucking stupid. All right, we as fans can look at it and say it's basically down to like 2 great conferences, 2 good conferences, and then this thing over here on the West Coast. Like that's basically what it is. We know that, right? But in NCAA eyes, okay, if the PAC can get the leverage with the NCAA to remain at the Power 5 status, where they can get the invites to the New Year's Six bowl games, the Rose Bowl invite where it's Big Ten and the PAC every year. If they can keep that, then that's their leverage. If they can't keep that, then Ricky, you are so ungodly right. They have no leverage, and they just have to pick straws from whatever they can get to remain a conference. And at that point, you're right, merge with the Mountain West. But if NCAA, I truly believe that for the next 4 to 5 years tops, NCAA is going to still try to go for that Power 5. And PAC is going to try to stay alive. Will they? I would say 30% chance they survive. That's my personal opinion, is looking at the obvious facts of, like, they're not going to have any heavy hitters in that conference. The heavy hitters they'll have to build the heavy hitters. Let's say they do get the Liberty and the James Madison, the Coastal Carolinas over there. Well, cool, but we need to see them really continue to succeed. You know what I mean? They're going to have to build their own heavy hitters versus, like, the Big Ten are getting 4 heavy hitters. You know what I mean? So, like, when it comes to the Power 5 thing, like, it's dead to us as fans, but in NCAA's eyes, it's not dead, and they're going to continue to try to beat this dead horse for a few more years. So that is the PAC's leverage in my mind, if they can keep those Power 5 like graces they have with the bowl invites, the Rose Bowl guarantee, all that bullshit. That's in my eyes their leverage to try to invite a team like Liberty, or maybe I didn't even really process the idea of another Power 5 school that maybe wants to try something new. Maybe Nebraska wants to go be a PAC team. Why not? Fuck it. Maybe one of these other Big 12 teams, maybe Iowa State, maybe they want to go over there. Fuck it. Who knows? So that's actually a good point too. But that's kind of my stance on it with your take, Rick, because you're totally right that they don't have leverage unless NCAA essentially kind of gives them a pat on the ass of leverage. Like, yeah, I guess, whatever. You can keep your New Year's Six bowl bid. What the fuck ever. All right, let's move on.
But that's the thing. I don't think they're going to keep that bid. I don't think they will.
We don't. I think they will. I think they will.
All this starts next year, guys.
Yeah.
Think about that. All this starts next year.
Yep.
So basically, if they keep the Rose Bowl bid next year, you're basically saying the winner of those two teams gets to basically play the winner of the Big Ten. If they're not in the playoff, whole 9 yards. However they would do it now, don't give it in. Anyways, but I'm just saying, like, in general, guys, I don't think they're going to keep that bid. There's no leverage here other than going out and getting more teams. If they're able to go out and get more teams and rebuild the conference from the bottom up, sure, they may be able to gain leverage one way or another. But yeah, like I said, it's, to me right now, the Pac-12 is totally dead.
Am I crazy to think that? I think the NCAA is probably going to help behind the scenes with the PAC, with rebuilding the PAC.
I kind of think so too.
Because I agree with you, Alex. I think the NCAA wants to keep the whole Power 5 name and, just the idea of it.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to potentially try to bring teams up from the SCS, try to, help out with the Mountain West, whatever the hell's going on with that. Power 4 doesn't sound right. I'll be honest. Power 4 just does not sound right at all. It's weird. It's weird to think about. It is weird to think that that's going to happen next year. That like this conference is basically just going to be 2 teams. That's going to look really weird on, like, the ESPN standings page.
Facts.
It's going to look like the independents.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't think the NCAA is going to let this die. I just don't. I do not see that at all.
Not yet. Like I said, I think 5 years tops is the kind of the lifeline that we're going to see if the PAC will remain a conference. That's my personal opinion.
I 100% think that I am, like, I will go to my grave saying this. The PAC will survive. It will live on because they need to keep their TV deal. If they have a TV deal, that's going to entice a lot of teams to want to come play for that conference, because a lot of teams don't get TV time much.
True.
And TV time is a lot of money. A lot of advertisement money too.
Yeah. And that's also leverage too, if they can strike literally any deal.
Being on TV, recruits see your team. They see the coaches. They see the culture, the atmosphere of your team. That's going to want to lure in recruits, which also lures in NIL deals. And that's even more money.
Yeah, but I just wonder now with only 2 teams being in that conference next year is are the recruits actually going to go there? I mean, it's just like I said, it's going to be a rebuild. That's basically what it's going to be. It's going to be a big rebuild.
Well, I'm not saying the recruits will only go to like Oregon State and Washington State. I'm saying once teams get into the Pac-12 and
Right.
the Pac and get on TV with that television deal, that's when all of the money and the recruits start pouring in because they're on TV.
Yeah, which gives them a
and
chance
worst
to
co-
further their football career.
Worst comes to worst, go to the FCS and win championships.
True.
Oh, that's big true. That's big true. No, this whole thing that's played out has really made me wonder, like, what is NCAA going to look like 5 years from now in terms of conferences? Like, you know, is like PAC going to be gone? Are we going to maybe miss even like one of the Group of 5 conferences? Because Conference USA, in my opinion, is on its last legs. You know, you have Liberty in it. You know, and that's it. They made a big call up to get some of the teams that they got. Like, let's see, they were the ones that got Sam Houston, Jacksonville State. I think they pulled over New Mexico State from independent this year. You know, I think Liberty was an independent and they won Conference USA.
That is, that's true.
So it's just funny.
Well, it's
because
half of Conference USA went to American.
Yeah.
Some of them went, I think,
Sun,
to the Sun Belt. I think too.
Yeah, it was Sun and American is where they went.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's going to be fascinating to see how it plays out.
You could almost compare it to the Big East of basketball when they had Syracuse, Connecticut, and all of them in the Big East. They just moved on. You could almost compare the two situations. The only difference is that the Big East had enough of those teams that stayed, and they've been able to build off that brand. The issue now is you only have 2 teams in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
No, this is
they're
really
not even
similar.
a PAC anymore.
This is really similar to what happened with the WAC.
Very true. Yep.
Oh man, rest in peace to the WAC for anyone that remembers that one.
Yeah.
So catching up on some comments, Steve said that the Razorbacks need to go to the PAC. I wholeheartedly agree.
Oh dear God!
No, he's like, they need to go to the Big 12. It'd make more sense geographically.
They should go to the Big 12, but you know, money. I mean, to give Arkansas credit, they only suck in football. I will give them credit on that. So I think they're fine in the SEC. It's just they suck at football. Anyway, Pac-12 should call UAB, Air Force, Navy.
History, people.
Barely. Air Force, Navy, Army, Troy, South Alabama, and Marshall. That besides UAB, that would be quite the call up for the PAC.
Barely.
Steve said they will be the island of misfit toys. Haven't you ever watched a Christmas movie, Ricky? Referring to the PAC. That is also very true.
Yes. Who hasn't seen A Christmas Story?
Probably me, honestly.
It's Pac-12 against the world at this point, and I'm here for it, and I'm all for it.
Let's see. For me, Power 5 is bowl and playoffs and national championship wins. That's a fair way to judge it. And apparently, whenever you made a shot at Virginia Tech, apparently you shot him in his Virginia Tech pride.
I can do it even more. I can say, well, this team gets to come out every home game to enter Sandman and hype up the crowd just to lose.
Facts.
I like that one.
Jesus Christ.
One of the best college football entrances ever, though. I will say that the atmosphere at Virginia Tech is something else.
It is, yeah.
So it's almost similar to when Arkansas plays Stone Cold's music on third down. Now they actually play Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme music on third down now, and they convert every time on third down. It's just the opponent converts third down every time. So I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Virginia Tech does suck.
All right. So yeah, no, the PAC thing though, like I said, it's gonna be very fascinating to see what happens. I mean, I feel like we'll probably get some obvious news within the next couple months on how 2024 will play out if they do strike this deal with Mountain West on scheduling. Because I never saw if that was official. Just like, hey, this is what we're working towards. So that's something we're just gonna have to continue to monitor. And like I said, we'll see what happens with the Power 5. I think the Power 5, we know as fans of Power 5 is dead. It's SEC Big Ten show. We know that, but boy, it's going to be interesting to see what happens to the PAC, which sucks that the PAC is going out. So, I mean, it's cool to see the PAC go out as high as it is, but it just sucks knowing the PAC is going to go out. You know what I mean? Because Lord have mercy, has the PAC been fun to watch this year. God.
Yep.
All right, anyway.
FBS future FBS game of the week. Oregon State at Hawaii.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's get it. Man, Hawaii got their shit wrecked this weekend. Oh my God. Woo. All right, we're 2-1.
How about the Cowboys?
We're 2-1. It's okay. We'll figure it out. We're 2-1. 2-1. Just ignore everything else. 2-1. It's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, it's all good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Now, in another part of the world here, let's go ahead and kind of jump over and chat about this. Stay in the college realm here.
Oh.
So it's that time. It's that time for the game. Big playoff implications with this game coming up. Man, I'm kind of curious. If how, depending on how the game plays out, how do you think playoff implications can go? And also, I've been holding this one in the chamber until we got to the talk of the game. But I love making someone mad on this show, whether it's Ricky or Jacob or Shane. I just love doing it. So Jacob, also to follow up with that question of how you think playoff implications can go, what are your thoughts on Kirito saying about 20 minutes ago or so that the Iron Bowl is more notable and the best rivalry in college football over the game?
All right, well, here's where I will shoot any other rivalry down in college football. Ohio State and Michigan's rivalry is based on a actual war that these two teams had for the territory of Toledo. Michigan and Ohio went to war for Toledo because it was a major port city. There is no other rivalry that I know of that is based upon a war.
That's a good point.
It is one of the most competitive rivalries ever, with usually, I mean, as far as the playoff history has gone, major playoff implications with the winner usually going to the playoff.
Okay. I know he also said earlier that it's the oldest, which technically it is the oldest, I think. Let me fact. Yeah, it is. I've got it pulled up here. But it may be the oldest, but the game has more meetings, though. 118 meetings versus only 87 meetings. So there's that.
And there is way much more prestige with Michigan and Ohio State than there is Alabama and Auburn. Now,
that's
Alabama,
what I
yes,
agree with.
they have the natties, they have the prestige, but Auburn, no.
Auburn,
they do not come close.
Okay, if we had to look at a big FBS and tier list and tier maker, right? And we had to tier college football programs based on their history and prestige, for me personally, Auburn would be going into the A tier. Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State all go into the S tier. That's kind of how I view it. So that's why I more lean that the game is a much larger rivalry, at least in my opinion.
Slight change of topic, just real quick. The top 6 came out.
Oh, okay. Here we go. All right, because this is not technically change of topic, because that was part of my question, is how this game will affect it. So what's the top 6? What do we got?
Number 6 remains as Oregon.
No surprise.
Number 5 is fuck Florida State.
Let's go. Let's go.
Number 4 is Washington, 3 Michigan, 2 Ohio State, 1 Georgia. So they're finally giving credit where credit is due to Washington.
I'm bummed that Oregon State lost this weekend. I really wanted that win to come out, and I really wanted to have a lot of playoff busting wins this weekend. That would have been really sweet. But Washington's just not one of those teams that I hate. They're just not. I'm sorry. I'm glad to see them going on the run that they are. So, it's cool to see they're getting some respect. And honestly, the unfortunate thing is about fuck Florida State, while I fucking despise them more than any other college program in the country, that one factor is probably why they got knocked down is the unfortunate injury to Jordan Travis. Effectively ending his college career, which that is not a way to go out. And it pisses me off as just a fan of the game and fan of sports and a fan of football that Jordan is now going to get completely shafted from Heisman chances and stuff like that. It was the same goddamn argument last year with Hendon Hooker. Same goddamn argument. Like, look, if you get injured 4 games into the season and you were having an incredible, let's say in 4 games you threw 20 TDs and no picks, and you were a Heisman #1 candidate, and then you get injured 4 games and you're done for the year, that I can understand you getting taken out of the Heisman rankings at that point. But we are at the tail end of the season, and we can't take a player's body of work and still consider them a Heisman candidate. I think that's horseshit. I thought it was horseshit last year with Hendon, and it's horseshit this year with Jordan. That's just my take on it. But yeah, you got to think that fuck Florida State getting knocked down. A lot of it has to do with probably Jordan Travis, unfortunately.
Which is ridiculous because, yeah, he's out of the game, but Florida State still handedly took out Northern Alabama.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't put too much against Florida State because, I mean, they're still playing great football. They just don't have a Heisman candidate as their quarterback.
Also, Kirito, to one random joke to throw out there as a joking counterpoint, if we're going to use getting dirty as one example for a great rivalry of Alabama and Auburn, for my high school where I went, the rival high school super gorilla glued a gigantic dildo in my school's Panthers statue's mouth leading into the big rivalry game, if we want to talk getting dirty. So I'm just want to throw that out there because that's still really funny. I probably still have the picture of that somewhere on my phone. So, but no, when it comes to the Michigan-Ohio State game, the playoff implications of it, you know, whoever wins or loses, how do you think those playoff implications are going to go? Because last year we saw how it played out where both still got in.
I think there is still a case to be made. It's pretty slim compared to last year, but there is still a case to be made for both of these teams to make to the playoffs.
I think so too.
And let me be really real here, coming from obviously a Big Ten fan.
Yeah.
Whoever wins this game is going to have one hell of a contest against that Iowa defense. That Iowa defense is unlike any other defense I've seen in college football currently. They are stout. Now their offense is a little wishy-washy. You know, we talk about that every single week. I think Ricky hits it every single chance that he gets. But I don't think it's a guarantee that either of these two teams win the Big Ten altogether.
Wouldn't that be the plot twist if Iowa wins the Big Ten because of defense?
I mean, if you look at what Iowa has done to teams the past, actually pretty much all year, no team, not a single team besides Penn State when they lost, no team has scored over 20 points on them.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Comment from chat, I hate to say it, Michigan should not be in it because of the Spygate, is trying to be fair. That's been the constant conversation. Is what's going to happen.
The committee is, you know, taking that out of consideration because nothing from the NCAA has come out. I think the Big Ten has a lot more information than what they are saying they do than versus the NCAA investigation. The NCAA investigation, it's going to be like 3 or 4 years before we hear anything about it.
At that point,
I can almost guarantee.
At that point, Jim's already going to be coaching in the NFL, probably for the Chicago Bears.
The Spygate thing has nothing to do with the players. It's the coaching. It's the coaching staff. Whole 9 yards. Don't give a damn. I know you got that little smirk on your face over there, Jacob. It has nothing.
See, here's the thing,
to
though.
do with the players. I don't give a damn. It has nothing to do with the players.
It does, though, because the players are that's an advantage the players have.
I don't give a damn.
They're still using the advantage.
Oh, all you got to do is watch the TV and you see these big ass signs that these assistant coaches will hold. They'll get these managers to hold these big ass signs.
Really mean you don't know what a decoy is. You don't know what is.
All you got to do is watch TV and you can still see the signs on the TV and still the signs. That's all you got to do. Jacob. There is so much film study that goes into these to these coaches and players and all this other kind of stuff. There ain't no damn advantage on stealing a damn sign, for the love of God.
Oh, there
They
most
got
certainly is.
listen. You get your ass whooped. You get your ass whooped. Point blank and simple. It's just all that. There's nothing else to it. You just get your ass kicked. Who cares?
There is a reason why there are rules against this stuff.
I
That
agree.
you
but
are
I'm just
allowed to
telling you,
watch film. You are allowed to watch whatever you want, but you cannot have somebody there on game day recording.
if that was the case, all they've got to do is DVR it and watch it, Jacob.
No,
That's what I'm
listen,
saying.
listen.
I see this. Hey, I see this stuff all the time.
Even on TV, coaches hold that up to their face, their little play sheet. They hold it up
Yes.
to their face so you can't see what's going on when what they're saying. And
you got some dumbass next to him doing this shit the entire time.
yeah, but you don't know what that means. A lot of people change that on a week-to-week basis.
And tell me how it gives them an advantage. If they change it week to week, tell me how that gives them an advantage. It doesn't.
It does.
There's no advantage. There's zero advantage. You just admitted they don't know what's going on. They could be changing all that kind of stuff. You never know. You never know. Do you
Alex,
know
I
how
need you to
much
chime in
study?
on this, buddy.
Do you know how much
Tag
study
in,
has to
tag
go
in.
to steal signs? I'm just saying, it has nothing to do with the players.
So the only way that it's a gray area for me personally in terms of like it having to do with the players, because it's one of those things. It's like they are using the advantage, yes, and that's where it has to do with the players. But it's just like, how much do the players actually know in the situation? That's a different question. You know what I mean? You know, the coach can just be, indirectly telling them, it's like, okay, when we see this look, this is what we're going to do. And they're telling them, you're going to see this look, but them keeping it in their own head, like, you're going to see this look because we know of the sign, whatever. So it's a gray area of if it actually has to do with the players. Or the players very well could be innocent bystanders in this being punished. But also, if that is the case and they're the innocent bystanders in this that gets punished, I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, the NCAA rules are there for a reason. And it sucks for the players, but it's just like one bad apple in a tree ruins the rest of the bunch, okay? So if the one bad apple in the tree is the coach that ruins the apple, that ruins everything else for the entire program, then that's just unfortunate for the players, but that's just how it is. Will that hurt them in recruiting? Probably. They're not going to have any playoff implications. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they'll still have great recruiting classes. It's fucking Michigan. But it's like, will it hurt with maybe some players that want to try to win a championship? Absolutely. But, it's a gray area of how much they're directly involved. And as for like the advantage thing, I mean, that really just depends. Some schools are probably on their shit and they change every single meaning where it's just like, this means to do this play one week and this means a different play next week. The next play, it means this play. There are probably schools that are on their top of their shit and changing it all the time. But there's schools and teams that don't. And they may rotate it between 2 or 3 plays, and you can watch that and get that advantage. So there's a lot of like, it's a big gray area here. I am very gray in this situation. I am very, very gray in it. I see both sides very clearly.
If that's the case, don't do signs. Period.
That's
if
the big
you got the coach
look,
doing this little deal right here,
look,
so that way
hey,
no one can see what he's. If he wants to look like Wilson off of Home Improvement,
that
and
is
just wants
what
to do
every
this little
major
deal,
coach has been saying. Matt Rules has now chimed into that. That's just like when we were in the NFL, we had this, and it was you could relay information a lot better. It's like that Nick Saban's, chimed in on that. It's like we should have been doing that a long time ago. I think Lane Kiffin chimed in on it. I mean, there's been a lot of conversation. That's what we should have been doing. But I know one thing. I think it was Nick Saban talked about that would have been difficult of why it would have been having to do it, which also to tie all this up as well. As far as I know, they are moving forward with that starting this playoffs and is going to carry on in the next season onward. Signs are done. To my understanding, the NCAA are doing the radio headsets. Starting playoffs going forward. So this is done. But one thing that Nick brought up as like a possible okay, this could be an issue is obviously, let's read the room. not every school makes money like Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State, etc. You're going to have smaller schools that might have difficulty with the equipment. That's just the facts of the world that we live in, of having big schools and small schools. So that's also a fair point from Nick Saban. But no, I mean, the sign stuff is going away. They are moving into the radio headsets starting this playoffs, which I think is better for the college game. And I also think that's better for our upcoming draft picks. I think that's great for them. I think that's great for the players, to get used to having that voice in your ear, because like you're going to have that in the NFL. You're going to have to go to the NFL and immediately get used to that. So I think it's benefits top to bottom that they're going in that direction.
I thought in the NFL it was only the quarterback that had it.
The quarterback and middle linebacker, or not middle linebacker,
Okay.
or just whatever main linebacker needs to have it. It's usually just the middle.
The Mike linebacker.
Yeah, it's usually just the Mike, but it depends on what I guess the defense wants to fucking do. But it's 9 times out of 10 the Mike.
Yep.
Yeah.
And one offensive lineman can have it too.
Yeah. Usually it's like a center, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why, especially in the game last night, you saw Jason Kelsey waving off a lot of different plays. Like you'll see him shake his head no or whatever because he can hear what's going on, and then in his own mic that he has in his helmet, he can relay to Jalen Hurts to not do that play or whatever. It's pretty cool. He talks about it on the Kelsey podcast. But on a lighter note, to get away from the hot debate. Welcome back to the top 25, Clemson.
Yeah.
And Liberty is now officially ranked.
Boom, 11-0 finally gets ranked. Jesus Christ.
Right? North Carolina, Utah, and Kansas all dropped out.
Hey, didn't Toledo get
No
ranked?
surprise.
Not in the college football playoffs.
Oh, it was the AP,
in the
wasn't
AP.
it? Yeah, it was AP, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, Toledo's 23 on AP. Liberty's 22 on AP. Okay. Hey, at least they're ranked. I mean, that's the main thing. James Madison is
Why is
still ranked
Tennessee
at
still
24.
ranked?
Huh?
Why is Tennessee still ranked?
That's going to be the ultimate question. They're ranked 21 on college football playoff, and they're ranked 25 on AP.
Why is there even 2 teams with 4 losses in the college football playoff top 25?
Yeah, Clemson and Tennessee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
They should not be there. There's so many other teams vying for a New Year's 6 bowl game for the group of 5 conferences.
right.
They should be ranked over a 4 loss Power 5 teams.
Facts. Also, I do want to have a moment here, and let's have a little round of applause, because one of the coolest things to see out of the AP top 25 and the college football playoff rankings is, boys, let's give a round of applause to a team that was complete dog shit the last 2 years, including 2 years ago only winning 1 game, and now sitting at 8-3. Shout out to the Arizona Wildcats, baby. You're moving up in the world. Let's get it, baby. 8-3, 15th on college football playoff, 16th on AP top 25. 1 single win 2 years ago. I think they had like 5 last year. We're moving up, baby. Wildcats are moving up. Let's go. Good job to the Wildcats. I love to see improvement like that for schools like Arizona that are like middle of the road, Power 5 schools. Like, I love to see that improvement, and that's fucking sweet.
Who picked up Arizona? Where are they moving to?
Big 10, Big 12. I don't know why I said Big 10.
I was about to say.
My bad. No, Big 12 is getting Colorado, Arizona, Arizona State, Utah, and I think that was it, wasn't it? Was that all they were getting?
You're right.
I think that's it, because Cal and Stanford going to ACC, fucking stupid. Obviously, we know the other 4 going to the Big 12 or Big 10. So I think it is just those 4. It's Utah, Arizona, Arizona State, and yes, Colorado.
One thing I was glad to hear that the Big Ten did come out and say one of the protected rivalries that they plan on keeping at least through 2028 is the Apple Cup between Washington and Washington State.
What about the Civil War?
I don't know.
Horse shit. Civil War is great. Hate this fucking shit. But hey, at least one rivalry game that we're going to get every single year starting next year, because like it doesn't matter if I have any stake in the team or not. Doesn't matter. I love any sort of rivalry. I especially love ones that have a like history behind it, plus a special name behind it. With Utah going to the Big 12, we can get the holy war of BYU and Utah every single year. Hopefully, that'd be pretty sweet. Like I said, I love rivalry games, especially ones that have a sweet name like the Holy War. That's an awesome name for a rivalry. Let's go. Just like the Civil War is a great name for a rivalry that we need to protect at all costs. I don't even give a shit if it's in the first few weeks of the year. Protect it, man. Come on. Horseshit.
Yeah. I've always been a fan of the name Bedlam,
Oh, yeah, true.
even though that's not really competitive at all whatsoever.
No. Let's see. Boys, did we have other college topics that we wanted to chat about?
Okay, before we move on, because I'm like, you know what? I gotta look this up. I got to look this up just because. Oh man, as far as like rivalry names go, 100 Miles of Hate, Middle
Oh, yeah.
Tennessee, Western Kentucky. That's a good one.
That is a good one. That is a really good one. I like that one too.
And so, of course, I know this is definitely not like Power Five Division One. I think the most interesting rivalry still is Henderson State, Washington Baptist.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
right across the street from each other.
Dude,
I
true.
mean, they get dressed in their own locker rooms, and they literally walk across the street.
Yep.
And of course, if you go back as far as like high school rivalries go and everything like that, of course, Rising hasn't been very good this year, but Rising and Fordyce have a tradition. They get dressed in their own locker room. They're about 20 minutes apart or so, and they literally pull up with about 10 minutes to go for warm ups, and then they start the game.
Does the Henderson Washington Baptist one, does that have a name? I don't remember.
Yes, Battle of the Ravine.
That's what it is.
Henderson actually won it this past year for the first time in 5 years.
Yeah. No, that is a very interesting rivalry just because of the setup for it. Because like Jacob, like he's not joking. Because like I recently went through there because I've never really been to that area. I've never really been to that city. I've never had a reason to be in that city. But I just recently went through there, just driving through because I picked up a new store at the very bottom of the state. So I checked out that store and I'm driving back. And dude, I'm not shitting you. You literally go down the main road. One side is Henderson, one side is Washington Baptist. It's like this is wild. This is so weird to me that they're literally across the street from each other, a crosswalk apart from each other.
Now, Jacob, one thing I will agree with you with is that Ohio State, Michigan in college football is the biggest rivalry as far as like implications go and everything like that. But Jacob, you need to come down to Alabama, and or you can even come down to Arkansas and meet my pastor who used to pastor churches who's pastored a church down in Alabama. Alabama and Auburn is literally a 50-50 divided state when it comes to I know it, but you also have to understand the recent success. I would say as recent for Auburn, but the most recent success for Auburn dating back a few years back on how big the implications actually were. Going into those games. Usually with that game right there, you could throw anything out. That game is usually always very, very close. And so, but I'm just saying, like in general, some of these in-state rivalries, Jacob, even though, like I said, Michigan, Ohio State's the biggest, going in-state, having a divided state just because of two college football teams does make it very, very interesting.
I will agree it makes things interesting, but no other rivalry gets the revenue, the TV viewership. None of it. Nothing ever comes close to the game. Hell, the game in 2006 was called the game of the century because one team was number one team was number two. But at least within the 21st century, these teams are usually ranked in the top 5 when they go against one another.
True.
Alex, I'm surprised you did not bring up Fresno State and Hawaii's rivalry, the Golden Screwdriver.
I do like that one. I do like that one a lot.
Fresno State, San Diego State, all can. I gotta see if I gotta. I'm interested now. I gotta see if there's any more. What the hell?
Who has the
Iowa
frying
State,
pan? I
Missouri.
forgot. Who has the frying pan?
I'm actually trying to find that. The telephone trophy, Iowa State, Missouri. That's just lame.
Yeah.
Illinois and Ohio State used to have a rivalry called the Illabuck, where we'd fight over a turtle.
That's
I
the
swear
Shillelagh
someone
Trophy,
had-
Notre Dame, Purdue. What the hell?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. A lot of these rivalries you're saying are coming back to mind from playing the old NCAA games.
Facts.
Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see. We're on I-4 Trophy.
It was
UCF South
hey,
Florida.
It's SMU and TCU. They're the ones with the it's the Iron Skillet Battle is what it's called. Iron Skillet
see.
Battle. Let's go.
Oh gosh, these are all awesome, man. I'm just looking at some of these. Oh goodness.
Last thing as far as NCAA goes, and this is strictly this athletic director is saving his own ass by saying this. But the Michigan State athletic director said that he was eyeing a separation with Mel Tucker in the preseason. There is no way. There is no way. He is just trying to save his own ass when it comes to the media. Because they poured so much money into Mel Tucker. There's no way they were going to go back on it that quickly.
Right.
On purpose.
Facts. See, now
Wait,
I'm going
what?
now I'm going down a rabbit hole and I'm looking at college football rivalries too.
A
All right.
book of knowledge. Carlton and McAllister, Division III. What the hell? I guess they're just big what you call it, academic type schools.
Shout out to the Bill
On
Walsh
to the NFL boys.
legacy game that's never fucking relevant.
On to the NFL, boys.
Facts. All right, let's get to the NFL. Let me just quickly say my piece. We'll move on very fast. Like I said earlier, that was the most Bears possible game imaginable. 3 interceptions, got some sacks. Justin played fine, still lost the game. So the fact that we went into Monday and Eberflus didn't get fired, that's a Bears move too. It's time to be a Bears fan, I guess. Justin's on his way out the door. He knows it. Flus is on his way out the door. He knows it. You know, I don't even know what I want to do with the draft picks anymore. I really don't. You know, I'm not sold on Caleb Williams. I'm definitely not sold on Drake. Not sold on either one of them. I'm more in the boat like, hey, let's draft Marvin Harrison Jr. number 1. Let's draft one of the 2-0 tackles at number 4 and move on with our days. Run with Justin, but it's not. It's going to play out. We're going to draft Caleb or Drake, and that 3-year era of those guys in Chicago fucking being a bust is going to be great too. Can't wait. Let's move on. The one thing that I am very curious about, you know, we already kind of touched on it, but man, the Joe Burrow injury thing, right? I mean, if there's an investigation that kind of goes into that and they hit an injury, I mean, these coaches, they got to get like suspended, fined, fired, something of the sort, right?
Oh, big time. I've really been wanting Zach Taylor fired for the last 2 years now. Not only because they can't get it done in the playoffs, but also the fact of these slow starts at the beginning of the season. That's not how you kick off. You should kick off a season whatsoever when you have so much hype around this new team, new rebranded team that you have with the Cincinnati Bengals. Can't do that.
I'm going to agree with you on the most part, Jacob. But I think one of the things that you just got to remember, they were just in the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
I'm just saying that's recent though.
And 2 years later, you're 5-5.
True. But let's look at the facts. Who on that team 2 years ago is no longer on that team?
Barely anybody.
It's mostly the same
Okay.
team.
How many injuries have you dealt with in the last 2 years?
A lot.
shit
Including
ton.
Joe Burrow.
A lot.
There you go. There you go. It just happens. That's the thing that sucks about the NFL is that injuries just happen. I mean, it's part of it.
But they are preventable. When it comes to the Bengals, this team had to change their name of their stadium in order to pay their quarterback enough money. But yet they
True.
refuse to go out and get solid protection for him. And if they even had solid protection for him, they refuse to allow him to sit for a few weeks in order to get even more healthier. But no,
That's
they let
also-
him play the first 3 weeks of the season, even though he was still having a nagging injury. And now it's come to he more than likely had another injury that was sustained either last week or during practice, and no one reported it, and they allowed him to play through it, and now he has potential nerve damage.
Well, you can't handcuff the guy to the bench. I mean, if the kid says let's go, let's go.
That's not the case. You are either a head coach or a GM. You have way more say over it than a quarterback.
That quarterback makes more money.
The manager pays that quarterback though.
Yeah.
I understand, but I'm telling you in general, if Joe Burrow says, "Hey, I'm ready to go," I mean, you can't force a kid to sit out.
Yes, you
There's
can.
nobody there that. No, you can't.
You cannot be bullheaded when it comes to your career.
I understand that, but this is more. You're solely blaming this on the coaches. This is the NFL. He's not a kid anymore. He is a grown ass man, and if he,
He is a
says, "Hey,
grown
I'm
ass
ready
man
to
that
play,"
still has a boss.
that's very true. But here's the problem: who are they going to listen to? Are they going to listen to a coach who's like, well, I don't, or a medical staff? Now, if a medical staffer were to come up and say, hey, he doesn't need to play, okay, he's not playing.
Well, see,
But
that's going to be
if
part
he
of
is
the
medically
possible
cleared-
investigation.
Yes, if he is medically cleared to compete, it's solely up to him. If he says my body's ready to go, hey, you gotta go with what your quarterback says. You
There
don't
are
have
plenty
X-ray vision.
instances where if you look at the injury charts next to a player that's on the injury report, it says coach's decision.
True.
The coach has the ability to bench a player if he deems it so.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if a coach goes up to a player and the player says, "Hey, I'm ready to go,"
You know where that boils down to? That boils down to the fact that the players do not have enough respect for their coach. That's what that boils down to. Zach Taylor does not have the respect of his players.
I don't know about that, dude. I wouldn't go that far, but
I mean,
I'm just saying, I get it. I get it. I get it because you and I both had the Cincinnati Bengals win the Super Bowl this year. You and I both had I had super high expectations for the Bengals this year, and I think you did too. And when you fall short of expectations, you start asking questions. What's going wrong? And usually it boils down to the head coach. But Jacob, I'm not putting this on the head coach. This is on Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow couldn't go, all he's got to do is say, "Hey guys, I can't go. I can't give you 100%. I need to sit down. I need to do it." NBA players do it all the time, and nothing's
Well,
ever done to them.
I guess we will officially see who the blame is to be put on once the investigation comes out.
Very true. And
Yeah.
I mean, if it
But
does come to,
when
if it
I
does come
look
to the
at it
point-
as a fan on the sidelines, watching Joe Burrow get injured, go to the sidelines and try to throw the ball, and he can't even go through a quarter of the motion with gripping the ball just falls right out of his hands. That just means someone did not do their job properly with reporting this injury.
Yeah. And we've seen
Yes,
different cases like that. I mean, one that Kiritotis threw in the chat was RG3. You know, his knee was messed up, and the doctor said he was not clear to go, but Washington still played him. And what happened with RG3 is now a career like Derek Rose of What Ifs, which I agree. Mike Shanahan ruined RG3 up front. He did. I mean, he did. He should have. I know it was a playoff game. Should have played the role of coach, of boss, and bench him, but you didn't. So I mean, it does happen, but no. If there's I don't know if there's going to be an investigation. Was there any confirmation on if that was happening or not?
There has been confirmation that the NFL is investigating it.
Okay, as they should. I mean, he literally came into the arena with the brace on.
The Players Association or the Players Union or whatever it's called is also investigating it as well.
I mean, yeah, Because I mean, like you could tell he was trying to hide it walking into the arena, but having his hand in his hoodie, whatever. But I mean, he was wearing the brace coming into the arena, and
Yep.
there was no report on him. So that's ultimately where there is fault, is there was no report.
And that falls to the coach.
Yeah, that's really the big issue here. While there's, you can do the back and forth on being Joe Burrow's fault for playing or not. We can go back and forth on that all day long. I think the biggest issue is the fact that it just wasn't reported. Like, I mean, it could have been reported as a game time decision, Yeah, it could have been reported like that, but it just wasn't reported. He wasn't on the report at all, and he walked in with it with the brace. So, no, it's one of those interesting things that we're gonna have to see how the investigation comes out for.
But there is a shining hope. Jake Browning.
True.
I have a sneaky suspicion, because he was a damn good quarterback in college. I have a sneaky suspicion that he is going to be pretty good in the NFL. Not probably great, not great, but his first game, we get an Apple Cup rematch. Jake Browning versus Gardner Minshew.
Hell yeah, brother.
And I'm all for it, because those two went back and forth in college. They were so good against each other, and I'm all for it. I cannot wait.
That's gonna be a good one, man. I'm looking forward to that.
So here's the thing, Jacob. Do you think Cincinnati can still sneak in the playoffs now that Deshaun Watson's out?
See,
Yeah, but it's gonna be tough.
it's going to be difficult, because the Steelers have been playing surprisingly well, I guess. Surprisingly. So I don't know. Man, that division is up for debate now, because you have Deshaun Watson out, you have Joe Burrow out, you have one of the main targets for Lamar Jackson out with Mark Andrews. The Steelers offense can't do any fucking thing to save their life. Kenny Pickett sucks.
Hey, they fired Matt Canada. They fired Matt Canada.
They fired Matt Canada. That means Najee Harris is finally going to get the ball.
Hey, the first Steelers coach or of any form, OC or head coach, to be fired mid-season since 1960 something, 1950s. Yeah, something stupid like that. Kind of like how there's never been a Bears head coach in history ever to been fired mid-season. It's just one of those wild statistics about a team.
Kirito says he sees AJ McCarron starting, but AJ McCarron is not on the Bengals anymore, Chief.
No, he is.
Huh?
Yeah, as soon as he said that comment, I immediately went to the Bengals roster. AJ McCarron's on there. Because that was
I'm looking at their roster on ESPN, and it's only Jake Browning and Joe Burrow.
Jake Browning, Joe Burrow, AJ McCarron, and Drew Pitt. That's who I see.
On ESPN?
Yeah, I'm on the ESPN roster right now.
What the hell?
AJ McCarron's wearing number 4.
So he's back from the XFL then?
Yeah, they must have just signed him if I had to guess.
It had to have been just now, because
I went to his Wikipedia. He's currently on the Bengals. Let's see when he was signed.
What the hell?
Yeah, so he's back, but I do think actually no, he's been signed, my guy. He was he was on the practice squad. He was signed on the practice squad back in September.
Yeah, I about to say I remember him getting signed, but I didn't know it was Cincinnati.
Huh.
Yeah, but since he's on the practice squad, it's like we just kind of missed it. But I
don't care.
I think it's gonna be Jake.
Good.
I think it's gonna be Jake.
Give me Jake. Give me Jake Browning.
He's a young stud. Let him go out there. Let him sling it. You know what I mean? Let's see how it goes.
Let him prove himself.
If he can't do it, then you throw AJ back in. You know what I mean? Like, that's my mindset. I mean, you got a young stud ready to rock and roll, but
Yes, Tom Brady, we would love to have you come play quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, dude.
Hey, get Tom Brady on the roster.
Hey, speaking of Tom, I want to throw something out there. Because we've talked about this guy multiple times throughout this year. But did anyone else see the advice that he gave to CJ Stroud? Bro, 10 out of 10. Loved it. And CJ Stroud, unfortunately, did not have a great outing. Won the game. That's what's most important. But, that's, throwing 3 picks and still staying in the pocket and winning the game. That's big kudos to CJ. But, man, CJ is going to be a fucking superstar in this league. He is going to be a superstar in this league. book it, baby. Like, he's already showing it in terms of play, but it's like long term, he is going to be the best quarterback out of that draft. He is going to be an absolute superstar. And just getting, like, asking Tom for advice, and Tom giving him the advice of, like, hey, you need to remind yourself this is your job. Everyone else is here for a vacation, here to have a good time and stuff, whatever. But it's just like, you need to keep in mind, this is your job. You need to stay focused because you're doing your job. People are counting on you. And I'm just like, man, it's spitting straight facts.
See, that whole segment just really, really, really makes me want Tom Brady as a head coach somewhere.
Right.
I think he would be a phenomenal head coach.
Yeah, I think he would be too. Him and Peyton both. Peyton's enjoying his life right now.
Speaking of Peyton, also that segment with Tom Brady, how he was talking about the mediocrity in the NFL right now.
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I do
was
too.
just thinking that the other day. Like, where is this? Just, where's the Tom Brady at? Where's the Eli or the Manning brothers? Where's the Roethlisberger? Where's the Rivers? Where is this elite playing that we used to have? It's just non-existent anymore.
It's a couple players and that's it. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Besides, like, some games here or there, and this being honestly his worst year, Patrick Mahomes is in that category. No one can disagree or make me change my mind. He is in that category 1,000,000%. Jalen's been inconsistent. Jalen's great.
Yep.
I love Jalen, but he's been inconsistent. Justin's been inconsistent. That's not his fault, though. The Chargers are a shit show. Joe's been inconsistent. Like, there's so much inconsistency, across the league right now. Where, years ago, every single week we go in and you expect Drew Brees to throw like 400 plus, Tom to throw like 4 TDs for 150 yards, Peyton Manning to put up like 350 yards, Ben Roethlisberger to put up 4 tuds and 2 picks. Eli Manning to go out there and put up 3 tuds, 400 yards, and a pick. I'm firing shots right now up front, but I'm calling it as it is. But no, I mean, like, that's straight facts, man. We have gone away from, and we're in more of a passing era than we've ever been in. But we've really gone into a really weird era right now, where it's like we don't have. It's almost how I feel towards college right now. You know what I mean? I have felt about that way towards college since T-Law and Fields entered the league. You know what I mean? College has been, where's the elite play? Like, the players that are giving us the elite play, it's like, why aren't they getting the same notoriety as, like, Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields? We're in a weird era of football, pro and college.
Well, and also he was talking about the mediocrity too, being like, yes, okay, the rules are now in place to protect the quarterback, but it has taken the fun out of the game, where now you have a defensive player is responsible for protecting the quarterback, when it used to be the quarterback and the offensive line should be responsible for protecting the quarterback. And I agree with that. I'm all for, preventing injuries and everything, but when you try to change stuff as much as the NFL has had and had to do, it just sucks the fun out of it all.
Well, it's like last night whenever I can't remember who it was that got called for roughing the passer against Patrick Mahomes. Hands. There was no dirty hit on it, and they called roughing the passer on it.
Oh, that was Fletcher Cox.
Yeah, Fletcher Cox. That's who it was. And I'm like, there was no. Patrick Mahomes moved up in the pocket. He looked like he was going to scramble. He gets rid of the football at the last second, and then Fletcher leads with his hands and pushes him. Roughing the passer. I'm like, that's not roughing the passer.
Tom Brady said something that just like resonated with me. He said, as an example of back in the day where the defense was the main focus of a team, is he purposely would not throw to the middle of the field against Ed Reed, because he knew Ed Reed, whoever Ed Reed would hit, would be out for the game. You just don't have that mindset as a quarterback anymore, because there's too many rules protecting players.
And I think that's one reason why we see 2 down backs instead of just one that just carries that one major role as far as like power backs go and everything like that. I think the rules really stretch that out as well. I mean, it's just a different era of football. And now, I don't know if it was real or not, Brad had sent me something earlier that they're trying to change the way defenses tackle from the hips. I mean, it's all going geared toward offense. But I will say this much: something I did read up something that this is a low scoring NFL season. It's been one of the lowest for a while.
Yeah. I do two things real quick. Number one, answering a comment in chat. Can you all tell me why the New England Patriots fans don't want Mac Jones to talk to John Parker Wilson? Is that a bad thing that he's doing? They probably don't want that because they probably are sharing a brain cell like Bears fans and think that, well, he never did anything in the league, so why does it matter? I think that's a stupid approach. Cause like if a dude's fucking smart as shit, he's smart as shit. And I don't think there's any reason asking a guy like that. But the other thing, this rant, I'm so sorry to go back to Chicago, but Jacob, when you said Tom Brady said this and it resonated with you, and then talking about like how the league was once built on defense like that, it reminded me of a thread that I saw from Martellus Bennett. That is,
Ooh.
oh, buddy, it's so fucking good. And I meant to put this on my doc because I wanted you guys' thoughts on this as outsiders looking in. Martellus Bennett said, "The Bears' ownership lacks futurism. The entire business model is built on selling the past. The 85 Bears. They're always trying to recreate that old product instead of buying into and producing a new product. The owners are okay with losing a game, but not the brand built on the past. The Bears need an entire rebrand top to bottom, and they need ownership that is going to transition the organization into the future. They never protect players publicly. You can't trust the organization as a player because you can't relate to the leadership. They can't communicate with the youth. Their audience is a legacy audience, and they're afraid of changing because they don't want to lose out on those legacy fans that make them money. Nostalgia is the greatest marketing tool. I'd be interested in seeing a fan growth of the Bears. The question is, who are the Bears of tomorrow? We've always pitched the Bears of yesterday. What are the plans for the future? The lack of creativity is astonishing. Yesterday ain't winning today. Doing what's best for your players is what's best for your franchise. Get creative and help them do what they do best. Coaches always want players to adapt, but never want to adapt their schemes for their players. Chicago is one of the greatest cities to play in. It's fucking great. I don't see you getting stars who want to come here, who want to win, to come here in the future, because no one knows what the identity of the fan of the team or organization is. No real commitment to winning, especially if you keep that coach. The new Chicago probably lacks all connection with the Bears of today. The youth of Chicago favorite team probably isn't even the Bears." What a bombshell. Great fucking thread by Martellus fucking Bennett.
Give that man an award. That was beautifully said,
Ugh.
accurately said,
Ugh.
and it really makes me think about my own team, to be honest with you. It really makes me think that Dallas is still in that mindset as well.
That's the 90s. That's the thing. You guys are stuck on the 90s.
Hey, Arkansas Razorback fans are just as guilty. But I will say this much about the Bears organization. So, Jonathan Coachman, who used to be in the WWE, and he was also with ESPN.
Yep.
Jonathan Coachman brought up a story not too long ago when he was trying to get a check from when he was in the XFL, when the check had actually bounced. He said and this kind of reminds me of why I think Martellus Bennett is head on. There are players, just like in the WWE, there are bosses in that building who don't give a damn about anybody below them except for they're the ones that are usually getting the bigger bonuses. They're the ones that are usually making all the decisions, and they don't give a damn about anything that happens below them. And when you get that, and like you said, living in the 80s and 90s or whatever the case may be, you get what's just this big old shit show, and that's basically what it is.
Facts. Yo, big facts, man. Oh, no, that was a great thread. That's a great story from him as well, because that's just true. That's what resonates here. Now, I saw that thread from Martellus the other day, and I was like, okay, I got to share that on the show. This is one of the best threads I've ever read about the Bears. It'll never change, though. It'll never change. I don't know. I'm giving Kevin Warren one off season to prove to me that he will try to change the Bears. That's all he gets out of me, and I'm done with him. So anyway.
Yeah. So I remember, I'm pretty sure it was last year when you asked me, is Kevin Warren a good person for the job?
Yeah, I did ask you that.
And I told you no.
I know you did. I know you did, but I'm going to hold on to a little hope. Little hope is what I'm going to hold on to. So we'll see. All right, let's see here. Is there other NFL topics that we want to hit? Obviously, we have a lot of games to call, and we are at an hour 40 in. So you guys tell me, is there other stuff that we want to hit?
Well, it's our annual announcement of Michael Thomas being put on the IR for a knee injury.
All right, shout out to Michael Thomas. I think he's still on my fantasy team. Also, man, if...
Yeah, fuck you, Ricky. Fuck you. I beat you, and I'll beat your ass hard.
Man, if...
I forgot to change my lineup too. I didn't even put a quarterback in.
I saw where you picked up Sam Howell, but you didn't put anyone in. I thought that was funny. But guys, like, if there was...
It was on wave. It was on wave. And I didn't put Gus Edwards in. I probably still would have lost. But I mean, either way, it's okay. It's okay.
Guys, if there's anything, and I mean anything, that like fully just gives you a representation of my luck that I not only have in sports predicting, in fantasy, and honestly, my life. No shit. There's an ongoing joke with my boss of where we have an abbreviation called ABL, which is my luck, essentially, right? Is the fact that I have bugged Tyler for 4 fucking weeks to get Mark Andrews. I get him on Thursday for Thursday Night Football, and now he is out for the fucking season. Are you shitting me? Like,
Hey, I have David Njoku if you want him.
trade deadline's passed.
Damn.
I think it has. I think it was this past Saturday. I think it was the 18th, yeah. I was just like, dude, like...
Hey, man, you know, that's pretty shitty. It's also pretty shitty that I have 2 quarterbacks that can't decide when they want to be good during a week. Like, I have Josh Allen and Jared Goff. One week I put in Goff, Allen does like 40 points. One I put Allen in because I think he's going to do good, and he doesn't. He throws 3 picks, and Jared Goff goes off for like 4 touchdowns.
Well, boys, that means that means there's only one thing we can do: turn it into a 2 quarterback league.
I do like 2 QB leagues. They're fun. They are
That's a
fun.
lot of points.
That is
It's a lot of points.
Hey, you guys want to know a lot of points. So obviously, both of you know, we got that other little sleeper league that I'm trying to do, for the remainder of this year, just to do some test stuff. So I've only done a defensive player league one other time, and I kind of use similar stat points that I had set up for this sleeper league. Guys, let me tell you, some of these linebackers can get 100 fucking points. Like, I'm not shitting you, man. I think it was actually Shaq Leonard who got released when it was his first or second year with the Colts. I picked him up in my draft, and he got like 109 points one week.
Holy shit,
dude! Defensive players, man. If you adjust the scoring properly, they get points. Like, bruh. Yeah, we gotta get that draft done.
I'm excited for that. I hope that pans out. That whole project.
Yeah, we gotta get that draft done, and then next year, I think what we're gonna do is a standard league, and I think we're gonna do the dynasty league. Yes. Dynasty league will literally only be members of the team, because I don't want to swap I don't want to swap people in and out every year. I don't want to do it. It will just be Sparky 3 team, ATFS team. That's it. No one else. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm not changing my stance on that. The other league. Probably still not doing 10. I hate 10 person league. I fucking hate it. The other one will probably be 8. So we'll probably have a 6 and an 8-man league is what we'll do next year, all on sleeper. So that'll be fun. But yeah, defensive players though, that's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. All right, boys. Do we want to get to picks? Because we do have a lot to go through. We have a lot today. We're loaded. We got a full chamber.
Let's do it.
All right.
Kinky question mark.
Jacob. Do you have FCS playoffs for me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's not start with college because that's going to be the lengthy one. Let's start with NFL. We're going to try to speed run all of this because there is a lot. There is a lot. All right. So let's get to the NFL. We have our Thanksgiving games. Okay. We have Green Bay at Detroit. Give me the Lions.
Yeah, give me the Lions.
Same.
Washington at the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys. We'll see if they ruin your fucking holiday every damn year.
They're about to. I swear to God, they're about to. Give me Dallas, though.
Yeah, give me Dallas.
Alice.
San Fran at Seattle. San Fran.
Give me San Fran.
San Fran sounds good.
First ever Black Friday game with Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime, whatever it's called. But it's Friday, of course, but it's with Amazon Prime. Miami at the Jets. Give me Miami.
I kind of hate that this game's going to be on Friday, but give me Miami.
Same.
All right, next up, Jacksonville at Houston. It's going to be a good matchup between T-Law and C.J. Stroud. Give me Jacksonville here.
Give me Houston by 3.
I'm going to take Jacksonville. I don't think they've lost a road game yet.
Pittsburgh at Cincy. Give me Pittsburgh with the new era of no Matt Canada. Najee Harris is about to get 150 yards.
Give me Jake Browning in Cincinnati.
I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Carolina at Tennessee. The battle of the shit shows. Give me Tennessee.
Give me Carolina.
I'm also taking Carolina. I'm glad I'm not the only one taking Carolina.
New Orleans at Atlanta. Atlanta coming off a bye week. I think New Orleans did too. Give me New Orleans.
Me Atlanta.
Yeah, give me Atlanta.
Tampa Bay at Indy. Give me Minshew Mania running wild on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Same.
3 for 3.
New England and the Giants. Super Bowl, baby. The battle of the shit shows right now. Give me the Giants because they just seem to have his kryptonite.
These two teams could not look any different compared to those
Two Super Bowls,
teams.
I know.
Give me Tommy DeVito, though, man. I really love that quarterback, and I think he's going to have a pretty good season to finish it out.
But the only reason that they're their kryptonite is in the postseason. I'm going to take the Patriots.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, Cleveland and Denver. You know, give me Denver on the hot streak that they're on. I don't think I've picked Denver all year, so give me Denver. Don't lead me astray now, Russell Wilson.
These two teams have, well, Cleveland has an elite defense. Denver has a pretty okay defense. Denver has an offense, so give me Denver.
I can't believe I'm picking Denver too, but yeah, I'll take Denver.
All right, Rams at Arizona. I'm going to continue to try to believe in Kyler Murray. Give me Arizona.
Is Carson Wentz starting here?
No, I don't think so. Matt Stafford started this past weekend.
Give me Arizona.
Arizona should win this game. They're at home.
Buffalo and Philly. Give me Philly.
Give me Philadelphia because no one can seem to fucking beat them when I want them to.
I'm also going to take Philadelphia, but I'm hoping they lose.
KC at Vegas. Give me KC.
Give me Vegas with the upset.
Head gummit, Jacob. Why would you got to be? I was going to be the only one to pick on me. Yeah, give me Vegas.
It's because we think similar. Come on, Ricky. We know each other too well.
All right, Baltimore and LA. Give me Baltimore plus extra spice of my prediction here. Baltimore with a win. Brandon Staley fired on Monday. Second head coach to be fired this season.
I'll double down with that.
We'll triple down with that.
And then a hell of a game for Monday night, boys. Chicago and Minnesota. Oh, God. My girlfriend's dad is from Minnesota, and he's a Vikings fan, so this should be fun for me. Give me the Bears, I guess.
Oh yeah, give me Josh Dobbs and those Vikings, man. I'm shocked they're 6-5.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Vikings as well.
Look, I know the Vikings are the better pick here, but I got to do my thing, I guess. I don't know, dude. All right, so let's get to college. We'll do the FCS playoffs. Jacob, do you got that?
I do.
All right, what do we got?
Gardner Webb at Mercer.
Give me Mercer.
Same.
Okay. I will also take Mercer. Sacramento State, North Dakota.
Sacramento State.
Woo! Where's it at?
North Dakota.
Oh, I hate that freaking draw for Sacramento State. I'm gonna take Sacramento State because I've been riding them high all year, but that's gonna be tough.
Yep.
Drake going to North Dakota State.
North Dakota State.
North Dakota State's not the team that they've been though, guys. This
Yep.
could be an upset. I'm gonna take Drake.
Ooh,
I
spicy.
as well will take Drake.
Spicy.
I don't know how to say this team's name, but Duquesne. How do you say that?
Duquesne.
Is it
Duquesne.
Duquesne? What a English language is weird. English language is weird, bro. It's Duquesne. Are you serious with me? There's an S in
Yes.
there.
Yes.
There's an S in there.
Yes, it's French, I guess. I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah, fucking French.
Give me it's Duquesne and Youngstown State, right?
Yeah.
Give me State. Give me Youngstown State.
Yeah, I will take Youngstown State as well.
Yeah, I'll just say
No one's taking Duquesne. Dust Queen.
North Carolina Central at Richmond.
Give me the Spiders.
I agree.
Give me Richmond.
Nichols at Southern Illinois.
Southern Illinois. The Salukis, whatever their name is.
Did you say was playing them? Did you say Nichols?
Nichols.
At Southern Illinois? Yeah, give me Southern Illinois.
The Salukis.
Lafayette at Delaware.
Delaware. Give me the Blue Hens.
This one's gonna be really good, guys.
I'm taking Delaware as well.
Yeah, Lafayette's only lost 2 games, but their schedule's not near as tough as Delaware, so I'll take Delaware.
And last but not least, Chattanooga at Austin P.
Austin P.
I'll take Chattanooga.
I will as well take Chattanooga. That's it.
Ah, shit.
Just
missed
as an
2
FYI,
games.
the teams on bye: South Dakota State, South Dakota, Montana State, Villanova, Albany, Furman, Montana, and Idaho.
All right, boys. We missed 2 games on FBS.
It's okay.
Yeah, they started today. It was MAC games, too.
R.I.P. to Matt. Hey, we still have Ohio and Akron.
Yeah, I mean, we still have literally every single game that we're calling. I should have looked at that. That's on me. That's on me. I quickly threw all the games together. So apologies to everyone in the league. But we missed Bowling Green in Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan at Buffalo is what it is. Apparently we got an FCS game in here. I don't know how that snuck in here. Tuskegee at Alabama State.
Tuskegee, yeah.
Tuskegee. At Alabama State. Give me Alabama State.
Give me Alabama State.
I love these team pronouncings today. Yeah, Alabama State should win this game. Now, here's the thing though, Alex. There are some FCS schools like the SWAC who do not participate in the FCS playoffs.
True. They go to the Celebration Bowl. I know is the one thing
Yes.
that some teams go to. Next up, we have the Egg Bowl. We have Ole Miss at Mississippi State. Give me Ole Miss.
Yep, I will take Ole Miss as well.
Get 3 for 3.
Ohio at Akron. Give me Ohio.
With the Bobcats.
Ohio.
TCU at Oklahoma. Give me Oklahoma.
Same.
Same.
Miami at Boston College. Give me Miami.
Give me Boston College.
Fuck you.
Gonna say it if you
I've been taking Miami the last like 3 weeks.
And we've been
motherfucker.
competitive. Come on.
Fine. Give me
no,
Miami.
Thank you.
Anyway, yeah, I'll take Miami.
Iowa at Nebraska.
Hawkeyes all the way.
Yeah, give me Iowa.
It's gonna be a tough one, but yep, give me Iowa.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know what was supposed to be the game of the week. I mean, the terrible game of the week. I know the game of the week. I don't even know what was supposed to be the terrible game of the week. I don't
I'll
know.
pull it up.
I have no idea. Whatever you guys
I
said.
think it was East Carolina and
Tulsa.
Tulsa.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Toledo at Central Michigan. Give me Toledo.
Same.
same.
Memphis at Temple. Give me Memphis. Fuck Temple. Shout out to Tyler.
Give me Memphis as well.
Yeah, Memphis. Oh my gosh.
UTSA at Tulane. Give me Tulane.
give me UTSA.
I'll take Tulane.
Green team. Utah State and New Mexico. Give me Utah State.
Same.
Same.
The Battle Line Rivalry. Missouri at Arkansas.
It's not a freaking rivalry.
The Battle Line Rivalry of Missouri and Arkansas. Give me Missouri.
Same.
Missouri.
Say it a little bit louder. Come on. Say it in the mic. Say it with your chest.
Tigers.
Air Force and Boise State. Air Force has been on a fucking decline, man. Give me Boise State. I'm done.
You know, they've been on a decline ever since I started vying
Yeah,
for them to be in
you
the
have.
top 25.
You have.
Give me Boise State.
Same.
All right, Texas Tech. Texas. Give me Texas.
Same.
Same.
Next one's easy. Penn State for all of us. Penn State,
Yep.
Michigan State. The Civil War. Oregon State, the Beavs versus the Duckies of Oregon. Oregon State won it last year. Oregon State's going to win it again. Give me the Beavs.
The Ducks.
Fuck you. But that's fair.
Yeah. yeah. The Ducks are gonna win this year.
Middle Tennessee and Sam Houston. Give me Middle Tennessee.
Same.
Kentucky at Louisville. Give me Louisville.
Same.
Yep.
Pittsburgh at Duke. Give me Duke.
Give me Pitt.
I'll take Pitt as well.
Indiana at Purdue. Give me Purdue.
Same. No. Indiana. Purdue sucks this year.
Give me
Yeah, but so does Indiana. I'll agree with Jacob. I'll take Indiana.
Purdue. Troy at Southern Miss. Give me Troy.
Same.
Yep.
Navy at SMU. Give me SMU.
Same.
Yep.
NIU at Kent State. Give me NIU.
Same.
Yep.
Are we sure this next game shouldn't have been terrible game of the week? What's their records?
It definitely should have been. They both suck.
All right, hold on. We may skip this one for now. We may have to come back to this one. I think these teams. I think this should probably be the actual game of the week. Let me go pull up this game here. What's these shitbags freaking record right now? All right, let me pull up some information.
We're about to bully the independents.
Are they both independent? Okay, thank you for telling me that. Let me go look. I don't know, boys. I think that after how off I was on one of these two teams, I think we should make this our final terrible game of the week. Because let's be honest, next week terrible game of the week's done after this. We're in championship time. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
I think for terrible game of the week, we will save this one for now. Texas A&M
That's
and
fine.
LSU. Give me LSU.
Same.
I'm taking Texas A&M.
Okay. Miami of Ohio versus Ball State. Give me Miami of Ohio.
Same.
Yep.
Houston at UCF. Give me UCF.
Same.
Same.
BYU at Oklahoma State. Give me BYU.
Be BYU as well.
Oklahoma State.
Arizona State. Give me Arizona.
Same.
Yep.
Iowa State, Kansas State. Give me Kansas State.
Iowa State's been on a roll, but give me Kansas State.
I will also take Kansas State.
FAU at Rice. Give me FAU.
Same.
Yeah, I'll take FAU.
Actually, no. Give me Rice. I'm changing it. Give me Rice. Give me the Owls. West Virginia at Baylor.
Be the Mountaineers.
Yeah, give me West Virginia.
Yep, I'll take West Virginia as well.
Kansas at Cincinnati. Give me Cincinnati.
The Kansas, fortunately.
Kansas.
Colorado at Utah. Will Colorado finally get off their losing streak? I say Utah.
Yeah, they're not good. They're not.
Yep, go Utah.
Wake Forest at Syracuse. Give me the orange.
Aim.
They did just fire their head coach too.
The orange?
Yes.
Oh, give me Wake Forest. Missed that piece of information.
I'm pretty sure they fired him.
Okay. Georgia State at Old Dominion. Give me Georgia State.
Give me Old Dominion.
Georgia State.
Southern at Grambling. Give me Southern.
Aim.
I'll also take Southern.
Tulsa at East Carolina. Give me Tulsa.
Every time East Carolina is picked, I say they play good at home. They play tough at home, but they haven't at all this year. Give me Tulsa.
Yeah, both these teams suck. Though I'm gonna give East Carolina the benefit of the doubt.
UAB and North Texas. Give me UAB.
Give me North Texas.
Yeah, give me North Texas.
Louisiana Monroe at Louisiana. Give me the Raging Cajuns, boys.
Yeah, ULM sucks. Give me the Raging Cajuns.
Same.
All right, we have San Jose State at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Give me UNLV.
Yep, give me Vegas.
Same.
Western Kentucky at FIU. That almost beat Arkansas. Give me Western Kentucky.
Same.
Close to Arkansas. Swear to-
Oh, God. Ricky, did you say your pick?
No, let's move on.
All right. James Madison at
It's
Coastal
Western.
Carolina. Give me James Madison.
Give me Coastal Carolina.
Of course, you would pick Coastal Carolina.
Why are you gonna pick Coastal Carolina?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew it.
Northwestern at Illinois. Give me Northwestern. They've been surprisingly an okay team this year after all that's happened.
I know it's very strange. Give me Northwestern as well.
Oh, didn't I say that Northwestern was not going to win a game?
I
They
did
were
too.
bowl eligible? Aren't they?
I
They
did
bowl
too.
eligible?
I said they were gonna win one game this year.
I got to see this real quick.
I think they're bowl eligible.
They are. They're 6
Right.
and 5.
Wow.
They are 6 and 5. Illinois is 3 and 5. Yeah, they suck. No. Let's see here. No, Illinois is 5 and 6. They need this to become bowl eligible. You know what? Give me Brett Bielema at home.
Vandy at Tennessee. Give me Tennessee. Ricky, it's your last chance to pick Vandy. You going to do it?
Hell no.
They are over in conference play. Give me Tennessee.
Georgia Southern, Appalachian State. Give me Appalachian State.
Damn.
Yeah, same. And for the record, I said Vanderbilt was going to win 8 games. I'm a dumbass.
Jesus Christ.
Then
I
again, I
said
did say
Tennessee
Hawaii.
was going to win the SEC and go undefeated.
That is very true. Okay, I don't,
Big miss on that one.
that makes me feel better.
All right. Arkansas State at Marshall. Give me Arkansas State.
Give me Marshall.
This one's tough. This one's very tough. Arkansas State's been playing lights out here lately. I'm going to stick with Arkansas State.
The Battle of the Shits. Virginia Tech and Virginia.
Virginia Tech's been
Virginia
playing
Tech.
better. Give me Virginia Tech.
But Virginia has also been playing very well too, and this is this would also be a tough. I'm gonna take Virginia.
Give me Virginia Tech, I think. Yeah, give me Virginia Tech. Maryland and Rutgers.
Battle of the soon-to-be former Big Ten teams. Give me Maryland.
Give me the Turtles.
Same.
Give me the Turts. Wisconsin and Minnesota. Give me Wisconsin.
In Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota needs to win this to become bowl eligible. I'm gonna take Minnesota.
Next up, we have the Iron Bowl, aka not as notable as the game rivalry. We have Alabama and Auburn. Give me Alabama.
Hell yeah. Give me
I'm sorry,
Alabama.
Kirito. I gotta throw them shots out whenever I get a chance. I throw it out to everyone. Don't take it personal.
Alabama should win, but God, do not be surprised if this is a close game.
In terms of the shots that I like to throw out, my favorite one still, because it went right over Ricky for a second, and Jacob's reaction was just priceless, was last year conference championships, MAC championship, got to Ohio in the championship, and I said, next up we have the Ohio team actually playing for a conference championship, and so. And I just paused, and Ricky started talking. Jacob's face is like, whoa, hold on. Because Ohio State obviously wasn't in the Big Ten championship. That was my favorite side shot fired I've ever fired out. All right, next up, Liberty at UTEP. Give me Liberty.
Same.
Liberty bibbity.
Washington State and Washington with the Apple Cup. Give me Washington.
I would love for the Cougs to get a fucking upset here. So bad, but give me Washington.
for the Beavs.
Yeah,
I
Washington's gonna
can't.
win this game.
Jacksonville State, New Mexico State. Give me Jacksonville State.
The two surprising teams this year, in my opinion. Give me
Facts.
New Mexico State.
I will also take New Mexico State.
All right, Jacob, you staying true to your prediction? Because here we are. We got
Oh,
fuck Florida State
Yeah,
and Florida.
man. Give me the Gators, baby. Give me the Gators.
With
By 14.
with Jordan no longer being in this game, I don't actually know how the backup is going. Who the backup is? I don't know. Obviously, I fucking hate Florida State. I'm not gonna track their fucking team. Give me the Gators. I think they could pull off the
Yeah.
upset. Yeah, I think they could.
Yeah.
I think they could pull off the upset. Let me look at these QBs. They have like 19 QBs on this roster. I don't even know who the starter is gonna fucking be. They have 4 freshman quarterbacks. Are you shitting me right now? Jesus Christ. They have AJ Duffy, Brock Glenn, Michael Grant, Dylan McNamara. Then we have a junior named Tate Roadmaker. That's a fucking last name right there, boys. So I would
That's
assume
the guy who started after.
I would assume
him
it's
being
gonna
done.
be it's gonna be Tate. Let's see.
I mean, he had 3 touchdowns to finish the game, so I mean, he's not like he's bad. Plus, that offense is a good plug and play. I think anybody can be plugged into that offense and still be a decent quarterback.
Actually, you know what? Give me fuck Florida State. I'm sorry.
I'm still
Jacob.
going with the Gators, though. I said it from the get-go.
You did.
Yes, I am taking Florida State as well.
South Alabama and Texas State. Give me Texas State.
Jaguars.
Texas State's been on a slump. Give me South Alabama.
Notre Dame and Stanford. Give me Notre Dame.
Me Stanford.
Interesting. Notre Dame.
Clemson at South Carolina. Give me South Carolina, boys. They're going to catch this dub just like they did last year.
This dub would make them bowl eligible, but give me Clemson.
Yep, Clemson.
All right, boys. Is Georgia Tech going to pull the upset? Georgia and Georgia Tech, boys.
Please, for the love of God, Georgia Tech do the upset, but I'm picking Georgia
picking
just
Georgia.
for point's sake.
Yeah, I'm picking Georgia.
I want to pull it so bad. I really do.
Do it.
Do it. Do it, please.
You have plenty of
Please.
other games to help out your record.
Do what now?
You have plenty of other games that could help out your record since we're picking every game.
I understand that, guys, but I'm not stupid. Georgia's going to win this game. It's going to be a landslide.
All right, Charlotte and South Florida. Give me the Bulls. Give me South Florida.
Same.
Let's see here. Charlotte is, they suck. South Florida sucks too. South Florida's at home. Give me South Florida.
South Florida, almost knocked off Alabama.
Oh dear God.
Rest in peace
It's
when
true.
the Battle of I-4 used to be here.
What? What'd you say?
I said rest in peace to when the Battle of I-4 used to be here.
Oh.
Did we all get our picks in? Did I miss that?
Did Ricky get his pick in? I don't think he did.
South Florida.
Okay, yeah. North Carolina, NC State. Give me North Carolina.
The NC State.
I mean, NC State.
Wyoming and Nevada. Give me Wyoming.
Same.
Yep.
Fresno State, San Diego State. Give me Fresno State.
Same.
Same.
Stay classy, San Diego, with this L. California at UCLA. Give me UCLA.
Give me Cal.
I really want to pull the trigger for Cal as well.
They haven't been
they've
bad.
actually played some good.
If
They
they
have
win
been
this,
really
they're bowl
good.
eligible. So
Very true, but UCLA is also they've only lost one game at home this year, and I think they stay that way. I'm gonna stick with UCLA.
All right, boys. Colorado State, Hawaii. Hawaii is going to end the season with a W. Give me Hawaii. I hope.
Colorado State's only won one game on the road.
They had their one moment of shine, and that was it.
Give me the Bows.
Yes. Come on, Rick.
Why not? I'll take Hawaii.
Thank you. It's the last opportunity we have. We can't pick Hawaii till next year. How's that feel? This is it. This is it. No more.
Relieved.
Oh, fuck
Essentially
you.
forever.
Oh, fuck you, too. All right.
Or the first time in forever.
All right. Final terrible game of the year. It was a year where we really bullied the FCS. We got to do better about that next year. We have
No, we don't.
the team that I thought was going to do so much better and be bowl eligible, the Yukon Huskies versus the UMass Minutemen. Normally I'd pick Yukon, but because I'm pissed off at my Husky Lucario, give me the Minutemen. He made me mad when I got home today.
Yeah, give me UMass. UMass has one win at home, and UConn has, one win away, and they only have 2 wins.
Battle
in
of the
general,
shits, baby.
Give me UMass.
I will also take UMass.
And lastly, our game of the week. The game. Ohio State at Michigan.
Go ahead, Ricky. Go first.
Oh no, I was gonna let you go first, sir. This is your game.
No, I would like to hear what you guys have to say before I say anything.
Michigan.
Go ahead, Alex. Oh, how quick with Michigan. Goodness gracious, good one. All right. Okay. All season long, I have pinpointed toward Michigan the entire year. I have gotten this game right, even before you guys, because I usually do prediction of my own. But I have gotten this game correct the last 4 years. And I am really banking on getting this right for another year. And I feel very, very confident with this pick. Oh,
Do it. Come on. Because I was lying about Michigan. Let's go.
I'm taking Ohio State.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go, baby. OH!
Io!
Let's go! Yeah, give me
Thank you,
Ohio
guys.
State. Give me Ohio. Ohio State has battled this year with the Penn States and the Notre Dames of the world. They're going to battle again this weekend. Give me Ohio State.
Listen, guys, it's plain and simple. It is plain and simple. Ohio State has a top 5 defense in the country. They are electrifying. They have one of the best receiving cores in the country as well. outside of LSU, because LSU has like three receivers in the top 5, which is crazy to think about. But last week we got to see a Michigan without the sign stealing coaches play a good team in Maryland, and Maryland almost pulled off the upset. Ohio State thrashed Maryland in the second half. Maryland gave us a good game in the first half, but that's besides the point. This is the year that we turn it back around against Michigan. Ryan Day will not be fired, even though I hope he does. Give me the Ohio State Buckeye.
OH.
IO.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's go. Let's get it. Kirito's picking Michigan because he wanted to make you mad.
Fuck you. Just kidding.
Oh, jeez. All right, I'm going to turn down this music because we've made it through all of our picks. Another lengthy one, of course. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show now. Over 2 hours, got through all picks. Big shout out to that. Also, big shout out to Thanksgiving being in a couple days. Hopefully, everyone out there watching, listening, or whatever, have a wonderful Thanksgiving and a wonderful weekend of college and professional football. If you do any Black Friday shopping, hopefully you get some great deals in whatever you're shopping for. If you go out and see a movie, the Thanksgiving movie is fairly fucking entertaining. I'll say that. So I would say go see it. I think it could be a good November film for horror fans to enjoy in some capacity. Turn your brain off and go have a good time. But with all that said, hit the music. We're going to work our way out of here. A couple other things, if you could, please make sure to keep an eye on like the Sparky 3 like community page here on the YouTube. I'm gonna be posting something probably in like the next week about something coming up for one of our other podcast, Gamesthetic, that we go live every single Saturday. I'll probably also announce it there on the next episode we do, which will be on December 2nd. December 2nd, Gamesthetic, or maybe December 2nd. We'll see. I may have to go to a state championship game. Either way, next Gamesthetic episode got something cool coming. You can also follow me at Twitter at AlexLight23 or at X, whatever. Who gives a fuck? Either way, give me a follow. I'll be posting things there too. Join the Discord and you'll get the news there. We got something really cool coming for Gamesthetic and the Game Awards, and I'm really looking forward to announcing it, so definitely stay tuned for that. Boys, last thoughts before we get out of here.
It's going to be a good week.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Good weekend for football straight ahead. Boys, y'all have a happy Thanksgiving, as well as to our listeners, to everybody else. Y'all have a good one.
See you, Rick. Love you. But yeah, all right, with all that said, make sure to do last minute things for me. Drop a like, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. We would appreciate that so much. Wherever you're listening, whether you're listening at the Terrible Football Show YouTube, the Sparky 3 YouTube, Sparky 3 Twitch, Sparky 3 Kick. We're live on all 4. Drop a follow, like, whatever it can allow. Be a friend, tell a friend. Of course, join the Discord, link down below. You can come chat with us in there, whatever. Maybe be a guest caller, all that sort of BS. Rogue Energy, referral link down below, promo code Sparky3. I think they got some Black Friday deals going on, so if you don't want to use our promo code, all good. Just use the referral link and you're still supporting us greatly. As well as go over to Agent Inc. and pick up a jersey, because we have such cool jerseys on that merch store. So sick, between this one with a trash can on it, the AniMan Plus one, the Gamesthetic one. They're all cool. I think my music's about to end. Let me just go ahead and just restart that on my side real quick. But yeah, again, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Happy, safe Black Friday shopping season. We'll be back next week, of course. And again, follow me over at Twitter at AlexLight23. I'm going to be posting something really cool for Gamesthetic here in the near future that even Jacob will be a part of. Going to be really cool. Can't wait. It's going to be sick. And make sure to check out Gamesthetic, of course. We're live every single Saturday. Besides this upcoming Saturday, we're off for the holidays. But yeah, check out Gamesthetic. It's a fun time. Available on all platforms and everything. With all that said, until next time, happy holidays. Bye.